Hello and welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Continuing coverage of this weekend's opening weekend at Churchill Downs, my home track. The fall meet begins Thursday with Twilight Racing, which is awesome. If you're local and you ever get a chance to get out there for Twilight Racing, really cool. $2 beers, food trucks, live music, just a really good time had by all. But Saturday we're loaded. I've got the Iroquois Stakes preview already out. Give that one a look. Now we're going to do a few more videos to try to round things out. We'll probably do a pick 5. Tons of coverage coming this week. So please subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button for me. Share Billy Ho's content around social media with X and Facebooks and Instagram or wherever you can. Much appreciated. Any hot bets or takes or any good things, leave them in the comments. Let's get this thing started. Okay, the beginning of leg 1 of your pick 5 is going to be race 7, the Locust Grove. 8.5 furlongs on the dirt, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Check out my preview video on this one if you want to get the full field breakdown, picks and plays for this individual race. We're going to do a brief synopsis of what I came up with from that video. So we're going to get it on right away. Free Like a Girl is going to be in the mix. She looked good in the pink ribbon at Charlestown. Also a couple of successful outings down here at Churchill. So Free Like a Girl probably in the mix. Then I believe post number 4. I don't think we'll include Taxed with this one, but post number 4 is Loved. That's another one to consider. I'm going to give you a couple different ways to go with this, actually, and then I'm going to make my final decision. Godolphin, so Loved, blowout, 12-length win, slop at Ellis, 4 back. Defeated hidden Connection in that. So basically what this one amounts to, if you watched my video, I am really, really high. You could also consider Corningstone. I'm super high on Shotgun Hottie in this race. I think she is the clear-cut better horse. So I think what I'm going to do for leg 1 is single the 7 Shotgun Hottie. Then if you want to play other horses, I'd say the 2 and the 4 look like the best choices to me. So single the 7 in leg 1 for me on this one. So let's move over to race 8. And that one is the Pocahontas. And we are going to go a little bit more on the deep side on that one. So let's find the Pocahontas. The first one is definitely Stilettos, the 12 horse. Then you have the 9 horse Strong State. Number 6, I'm Pretty Sure. Number 10, Lady Catherine. And number 13, Kimchi Cat. All horses that I'm interested in. Lacara, obviously Mark Cassie. Good hookup there. Solid 8-length maiden win. Highest last race speed rating, the 91, is really solid. I love this early 99s, 101s. That was kind of what I was looking for, was that really top end E1, E2 speed in this race. So that's why I like Lacara. And then I believe the next one on the list was I'm Pretty Sure. And I've seen some others kind of look at this one. This is kind of a value play, maybe a little bit longer odds. Doesn't have the good E1, E2 speed. But did win in first outing, so I always like to see if they can how much they'll improve. Brendan Walsh, pretty good trainer. I think this next race could be a good jump. Joel Rosario, always an upgraded jockey at Churchill. So this one is a closer. So if there is some off the pace action going today or tomorrow at Churchill, then Pretty Sure could be there as well. Strong State is Albert Stahl. I like the blinkers on. Ired Ortiz aboard. The Spinaway was a pretty good race, but like I pointed out in my preview video, if you watched it, we're looking like we're going to be pretty dry on Saturday, so we're not worried about off tracks. but it absolutely poured. It was a deluge when they ran this race. You could see it on the replays, and the track was really awful. Strong State was spinning its wheels entering the stretch and just didn't have a chance to do much of anything to mount a rally, but did manage to make it to fourth. So I think a big improvements on the way for Strong Slate, including another value play from the Rally Mott Barn, Lady Catherine. Good high end, early speed. Late pace is not too bad either. +4, +2, pretty solid numbers. 22:45 at 6 furlongs, wire to wire all the way. So just in case, we're going to put Lady Catherine in there as well. And I believe the last one is going to be my pick to win. And if you really wanted to save some money, you could single this one too and just give it a shot. But has all the tools, the debutante win and the maiden breaker right off the bat. Brett Calhoun, Jose Ortiz. I mentioned in my previous video, if you're betting this race, to bet the Ortiz brothers in an exacta box. So you'd have Stilettos, the 12. And then, I mean, it's not really that big of a stand. They might even be just the top two choices in the race, to be honest with you. But I just thought it was neat that they'll be riding heads up. So okay, we're going to spread 5 deep in leg 2, 6, 9, 10, 12, and 13. Moving on to race number 9 is the Louisville Thoroughbred. And this one is going to be pretty cut and dry for me. We're not going to get cute on this one for time's sake. I believe this is going to be between the two top choices, number 2, Close the Game Sugar, and number 10, Skelly. If I lose because of this one, then so be it. But it's going to be leg 3, 210 all day on that. So let's move on. That's going to save us a little bit of money on the ticket. Race number 10 is the Iroquois. Post number 1, First Resort, second at the Saratoga Special, breaking his maiden first out, set the pace in hand, has the inside post. So this one is a pretty good choice there. Of course, another big time horse is going to be Owen Almighty, the 5 horse for Brian Lynch. Won the juvenile last out, 2 for 2, convincing wins, good speed all the way around. So I read aboard Owen Almighty is going to be there. My pick to win the race from my preview video is the Sandman. That's Mark Casse, Jose Ortiz, 90 speed figure in the maiden breaker. I believe this one's out of Tappet, big time, $1.2 million horse class sells on this one. So number 7 is in there. I like the number 8. Gotta like Steve Asmussen with 2-year-olds. Tyler Gaffleone rolling on Thursday. He got out, I think it was his birthday on Thursday, and he got a birthday party going on. I saw him winning a whole lot early on. I don't know how he finished the day up, but Tyler Gaffleone tends to be the leading jockey at Churchill Downs most often. So we're going to include magnitude number 8 in this one. A lot of people's choice to win this race is Jonathan's Way. So we're going to include the 10, Philip Bauer. Nice maiden breaker, showed good speed, good late pace too. So if you this will cover you if you're rooting your horse on down the stretch and you see Jonathan's Way coming, at least you know you got yourself covered. So we'll have number 10, Jonathan's Way in there. And then the last one is going to be politically incorrect, or politically correct, not the Bill Maher version, but politically correct. Christopher Davis, Florent Geroux, not super high on this one for the win, but could very well get it done. Got the most got back-to-back stakes races. So a win in a second, a convincing win in the Bashford Manor at Churchill Downs. So won't be surprised if this one rolls home either. So good speed. And we're going to include the 12, politically incorrect in this one. So we're going 6 deep, leg 4. We're going deep. 1, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 12. That brings us to our last leg of the race, race 11. So hopefully we bring home that pick 5. This one's a mile and a 16th maiden. 2-year-olds, tough deal to have 2-year-olds in this last leg. So we're going to have to spread it out just a little bit. I got a couple of different versions on this race to affect the dollar amount of our tickets. So I'll put 2 different versions up, and then we'll go on from there. They will be a little bit on the expensive side, but I know some of the bigger players tend to go, 200 plus, $200-300 on a pick 5 ticket to try to hit big, because you want to spread out and throw in longer odd horses in there so you can turn 200 into 2,000 or more than that. So race 11, we're going to start with Homer's Odyssey. That's Steve Asmussen, and Eric Asmussen is the jockey. Came out on the turf the first 2 times, so I like the turf to dirt angle. Showed good early speed and then just couldn't hold on in the grass. So maybe the move over to dirt gets it done. Not this time is the sire. So Homer's Odyssey, if I was playing this race as an individual, I would definitely include Homer's Odyssey. Asmussen is 19% turf to dirt. So next up is going to be my man, Brad Cox, and that is Tickled Quist. This one, not a great first race, going a mile, but he's 30% trainer, second route race, and second career race, he's 27%. So he's always making a big leap with his horses from race 1 to race 2. So I feel like 78 puts him in the ballpark, and then a big jump to maybe a 90 or an 86 or something like that should put him in the mix. You can see that most of these horses are like Homer, 79. The par is 86. So I think most of these horses, that speed rating is right in there with the rest of them anyway. But the only, I do believe in positive regression. Let's put it that way. I looked this stat up. Brad Cox and Florence Giroux together 0 for 10 in the last 90 days in maiden special weights. 2 seconds and a third, though. So 30% in the money. I think he's due for one. So this one's got a shot. I thought about including So Sandy. So in my one ticket, I will. Number 6, So Sandy, never a factor in his debut, but I have faith in Sherry DeVoe, Jose Ortiz, that she can get this horse turned around. I think that it could be a big jump. Omaha Beach, 535K. So somebody saw something in this horse. So probably going to go off at well into the double digits, I would imagine. So that could be a bomb coming in for you. I like the number 7 Desert Air too. 17% trainer in the second career race. Sharp 5 furlong workout. Decent third place finish in the first attempt. Nice 90s in the early speed. So this one is going on the ticket. Another one that I like, and just pedigree wise, the Quality Road progeny, Seattle Road. Tom Amos, good with 2-year-olds. Blinkers on, added. Chance to improve, going to dirt. So just scratch that, since it was a turf outing. And I do believe that they do this a lot of times with horses myself, just for fitness wise and to get them, kind of a softer surface to run on, so to speak. So lots more seasoned horse people could explain the turf to dirt angle better than I can. But I like this sire production, both sides, the dam sire and the sire. 2.29, 2.92 sire production index is very solid. So that one's going on the ticket for sure. I like the number 9 Cooper as well. Bill Mott, Irad Ortiz. I think we'll see an improvement on this one. Sire by Nyquist. And then Kinetic Control. I was going to fade Dale Romans because I don't know if I'm a fan of Dale Romans. I've met him before. He's a nice guy, but it just seems to be in a lot of races that I see, he's not really in the same league, but I think he's definitely in the mix here. I went back and watched this race at Ellis and just lost by a neck to Authentic Strike, who is actually jumping up in class to run in the grade 3 Iroquois. So I thought that's tough enough. So you better get Connecticut, Connecticut. Kinetic Control is how you pronounce that, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Lannery, the jockey, Dale Romans and Corey Lannery hook up pretty good jockey trainer combo. 18% sprint to route. So the highest rating of last race, got to include it. It's probably going to go off as the favorite anyway. So what we're going to do is spread either 4 or 7 deep here. So it could be $120 ticket or $210 ticket, however you go with leg 5. But the legs 1 through 4 are set in stone for me. It just depends on this last leg, how much you want to spread. And odds wise, we'll see how that goes. Like I said, however you plan on betting Saturday, I wish you the very best of luck. I so appreciate you joining me today. Be on the lookout for great racing content from Billy Ho Sports. And remember, subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you soon.